Alright guys, so I decided to do something new today, do a disc review. I got a barely used Pathfinder from ThoughtSpace from a used place in Charlotte. So we're gonna try this out today. We're gonna do all 18, I think, on Reedy today. See what we can do. It should be a pretty straight, slightly understable, we'll see, maybe stable, mid-range. So 5501, I think, for the flight numbers. So it's in the Aura plastic, so I really like this plastic. I have a Mana in this plastic, and I really like it for that flip up, understable mid. So we'll see how it goes. Starting off at hole 1 here, this will be my first throw with it. I'm thinking honestly probably a little bit of a forehand. I don't know how much this will turn over if I try to get it to do it, so I'll probably just go for the forehand to start off and see how it goes. So definitely a little bit of flip up on the forehand. I might not have had enough spin on it to just get it to ride straight, but not a bad throw, honestly. Feels pretty good. Just realized I never got out of the way for you guys to see the shot, but we kind of got through this gap between these trees here and then skipped out a little bit to give us about 10 feet to the basket. And then I'll be putting with my PA3 today as well. I did forget to mention, I do have a goal coming into this review. Really wanting to go at least 3 down. With a disc I haven't used before, I feel like that's pretty attainable here. Reedy's a pretty easy birdie course. There's a couple harder holes that I think I might have some trouble reaching with this disc. That's towards the back. All right, hole 2 here, you can't really see the basket, but it's probably right in this area back behind those trees. It'll just be just over 200 feet. Kind of got an early release to the left side there. We'll be able to probably pitch up to get an easy putt, but it's really thick back there. So a little bit outside the circle as well. So I think I might actually just use the Pathfinder again and try to do a little bit of a forehand bid at the basket and see if I can get it in there. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't roll away on me. Overshot that a lot, honestly. Needed to kind of float it up there. Should have gone for the backhand bid there, but I got a little greedy, and that was probably maybe just inside the circle, a little bit downhill putt. Just missed it. Made it with the maybe I should putt with the Pathfinder. So I am thinking this will probably be another forehand play. Probably just a little bit of a flip up straight shot down the middle, and then see if it fades out of it a little bit. But about 277 on this hole. Wow, just too low of a shot, and then I kind of just didn't get the spin that I needed, so it turned over, and it's just honestly just a terrible shot. I don't want to go up this right side because the way down is very far. So wow, almost put that in. That would have been a great birdie save. So I'm gonna start off with the Pathfinder, and I think I'm probably gonna do a little bit of just like a backhand. And then I'll follow it up with a couple shots on the basket with my Ace-a-thon zones. That should be a pretty close putt. Now for the zones. We'll do forehand. Second one was better than the first one. Just a little bit flexy kind of on this middle left, and then really just got to get it up the hill. Super short hole, just got to get it up that hill. That was close. So first impressions so far, honestly, I'm loving the mold. I like the way it feels in the hand for both backhand and forehand, and I'm not very good at forehand with a mid, but so far, like I said, going pretty well. And I like the plastic. I knew I'd like the plastic because I have a Mana in the same plastic. So Aura plastic, very good. I would say also the grip that this plastic is super duper solid. I would say even when I get, like, personally it's super hot out here, and so when I start sweating, I think I tend to get almost too sticky on the disc, and this one gives me the right amount of grip without, you know, sweating. And then also when I do sweat, it still feels really good versus another like premium plastic. So honestly, I'm really enjoying this disc. This might honestly, this might replace my BUZZZ. We'll see, we'll see. Next hole here, about 280 down, let it focus down to the left a little bit, right there. That's the basket. Honestly, a pretty decent line. It just was a little bit low, I think, and so it kind of skipped, but it hit a tree before it got anywhere with the skip. We'll see. I might have a look for a putt. So it actually pushed up a lot further than I thought it did. For some reason, I was thinking it hit this tree here and kind of stayed in this area, which would put me right at the edge of the circle, but it actually pushed up a little bit further, giving me about 15 feet or so. This is what we're working with. Here's the tee pad. This is hole 7. And then I won't be able to video both because of this hill that comes out right here. So I got you kind of raised up. And then I'll just throw from the tee pad. See if we can get through. It's a really, honestly, it plays really short. I just don't want to go long here. So I'll probably just do standstill. It happens. Let's just get up and down and make par. That was the wildest skip I've ever seen. Oh my God, that was crazy. That's more of what I was trying to do there, but oh well. These 4s are gonna make it difficult if I'm not gonna get any 4-4s. I'm gonna keep it clean. But honestly, I think I just, like I said, overestimated or underestimated the hill there. And then just like I said, threw too far. It skipped probably about 30, 40 feet at the end, which is kind of surprising. I didn't expect that. But oh well. 2 down through 7 right now. Those 2 bogeys really messed me up. I could have used some pars there. Probably just played a little bit safer and gotten pars. And then I'd be 4 down, which would be really nice going into back 9 because there's just some holes that I'm a little bit more worried about not being able to birdie. So. If I had missed that tree right there, I probably could have gone up a little bit further and that would have been nicer for me. But we'll have a look for a long putt. honestly, probably best bet is just like a kind of saw, I don't know, hang the right side of the T-pad and see what we can do to get the forehand in. Probably need a little bit of hyzer on this one, and then I just need to get the height because it plays uphill, so it's probably about 270, 280 uphill. And we got a difficult upshot. Forehand. That might give us a putt, we'll see. So what happened there was actually something I've been trying to work on, which is not rotating my body through before my arm pulls through, because when I do, I tend to swing around my body. So just a little bit of form, you know, there. Really need to work on finding that power pocket first before rotating through. So managed to save the par, which honestly that was a good par save. I would have rather had something a little bit more stable for that upshot. So not near enough anhyzer on that one to get it to turn over enough to fully commit to the flight, and I kind of missed my gap as well, so that'll be a little bit tough to get out of there because it's in the woods, but let's do what we can. Tree on both of my upshots, and then save the par from the outside circle look, or right at the edge of the circle look. So not too bad. It's hot out here, super muggy, not great playing conditions, but at least we're out here, right? Good look. Woo. All right, so less than ideal getting another bogey, but what I'm finding is I'm having trouble hitting my lines with like a more anhyzer turnover, like hard turnover, because I'm having to actually have a lot more anhyzer out of the hand, and that's resulting in me kind of going those up a little bit. So definitely something to work on for sure. I just can't get away from these kicks, man. I just needed that to be a little bit more to the right. There we go, good upshot, safe par. So this one's about 343. This is where I'm contemplating the forehand, but I just don't think I can get enough torque on this thing to get it go far enough without it really turning over. So I guess it's just gonna be try to go straight down the middle, a little bit of a hyzer flip. So went down the hill a lot, which is what happens. I had a little bit nose up. It did push forward with the fade, so I'm a little bit closer than I would have been probably. Just go for a long bid, putting with the Pathfinder. I'm content with that. That's a long putt. That's true. Wasn't sure where I'd end up at with this one. The wraps would be parked. Easy tap in for birdie. Had to speed up there. There were a couple of groups back to back that I was trying to pass. So hole 18, birdie back to back there, par on 15. I'm honestly thinking, I think we try the turnover again, honestly. We're gonna try to actually hit the gap and swing it a little bit wider and just hit this, hit the gap. Oh, that's so rough. I'm sad about that one. Again, I think if I look back at this video, I'll probably see what I'm doing wrong. I just don't have time right now, but same thing, just missing my line, kind of cutting the corner off. So see if we can find this. Like I said, I just had to speed through those last few holes, so I didn't really stop to talk at all. And caught up to a couple to pass through, and then spoke with a guy named Holden. So Holden, if you're watching, thank you. And then as far as the Pathfinder goes, I would say honestly super solid. I would say in the back nine there were a couple that gave me some trouble. The turnover backhands, I kept missing my lines, which gave me really bad upshots. So I'm gonna look at the video for that and see if I can make some changes. But yeah, overall love the plastic. I mean, even with being sweaty out on a really muggy day, plastic felt great, so loved that. I think honestly thought space is pretty underrated. I don't really hear many people putting them in the conversation of great discs, but so far I've used 2 of them and I like both of them, so definitely would recommend. I picked this up used at Down for Disc Golf for $8.50. So, I mean, for the disc that I got out of it today, pretty solid. And I think this will be a good forehand, like mid-range forehand disc as well. It really just loves to hold straight on that forehand. And then backhand, like I said, anything that wasn't a turnover felt great. But I think that's just me, honestly. I don't think that's the disc itself. It's just going to be a matter of figuring out what I'm doing wrong to give myself a better chance at good shots. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. And I think next I'll be doing this Gateway Pure White Chief, a very stiff, super low profile putter. So keep an eye out for that one. I'll be doing a review of this as well.